Hello again there, Star Wars The Clone Wars action figure fans, collectors, and customizers. This is another Star Wars The Clone Wars custom action figure feature, and this is the second video in my two-part custom Commander Wolffe series. As you can see, I've pretty much finished him up here, and as I said in the previous video, I had sold my other Commander Wolffe figure, so I needed to make myself another one. And this one here, I followed pretty much the same procedure that I did on the last one, save for I did draw out the designs first. The last one I kind of did freehand, but I did do a couple of things different, and that's mostly what I'm going to talk about right now. Aside from drawing the designs out beforehand with a pencil on the figure, which by the way did make this much easier, although this is still a different figure to pull off, I did do a couple of other things differently. One of the things that I did differently was I made the triangle just above his T-slit a lot smaller and much more accurate to Commander Wolffe's design. The triangle that I had done, it was the first red triangle, and a lot of the clones have red triangles on their helmets. Boyle has one, the Flamethrower clone has one, a lot of them have it. So this is my second one, and I drew it out first. And when I originally drew it out, it was about the same size as my previous one, but this one here, I realized that and I erased it and redrew it. So I'm a little bit happier with the result on that. The next thing that I did differently on this figure was I did go ahead and give him his little strip of yellow lines on the right hand side, and this was of his helmet, and this was actually a little bit difficult because I had already painted the blue on his helmet, and as you can see by my finger, just as a little basis of comparison, the size that I'm working with here, since I had already painted the blue kind of bluish gray color on, what I normally do to clean up my lines is I use an X-Acto blade to go in and clean them up and make them a little bit sharper. I couldn't really do that here, because if I had done that, it would have taken the blue off. So I really just kind of had to take the very tiny tip of my brush, and I'll show you the brush that I used to do this with, and just almost kind of dot it in. And that's the brush right there that I used to do that with. Very small brush. Here's my finger, as you can see. Very small brush. So anyhow, a little bit difficult. They're not perfect, but they look good enough for me. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get on those. So there you have it. Another thing that I did differently on this figure, and I'm really happy with the result, is on the last figure, to give him his little shoulder antenna, which Commander Wolffe has, I had cut off another figure that I had. It was a Commander Cody body, and he had the little shoulder antenna. I had cut that off, and I basically glued it on and painted it and left it as part of the figure, and it looked really good. I really was happy with that. This time around, though, I decided to basically repeat that procedure. However, once I got the Commander Cody antenna on, I cut off the actual plastic antenna, and I took a sewing needle and I jammed it in there. And then I cut it off to I think it was actually a straight pin. It was about sticking out about that far. I cut it off about halfway, and now he has a real looking antenna. So other than that, those are the only real changes that I did. Other than that, it's the same figure. He's pretty much done. I'm going to give you a full 360 view. I might go in and clean up a few more lines with my X-Acto knife. And then once that's done, I will go back in and seal him up, and then I will give him some weathering so that he looks like he's gotten some battle damage. Because Commander Wolffe definitely has a little bit of battle damage on his armor. And that'll do it for this figure. I'm really happy with him. I was happy with my previous Commander Wolffe, but this one's even a little bit better, a little bit of an improvement, so I'm really happy now. So anyhow, that's going to do it for this video. So until next time, may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.